Hi guys, so I just had a little epiphany today, and if it helps even one or two of you, then that's great. I just wanted to share it. I'm teaching from a book called Mindset this semester, and basically it divides people into two mindsets. Fixed mindsets versus a growth mindset. Fixed mindset, people see the world as being black and white. You're either born successful with talents or you're not. So if they don't feel like they're good at something, they just give up. Or if they're in a relationship or situation where they don't feel validated, they give up, or they take the easy way out to sort of feel validated. Compared to people with the growth mindset, who in comparison actually thrive on challenges. They actually want to develop themselves, and if they fail at something, they don't see themselves as a failure. They just see that as a temporary setback for them to learn and become even better, and that ultimately allows them to have a more satisfactory result. And I realized I was always one of the fixed mindset people. I'm very sensitive. I wasn't very good with criticism. I felt like, for example, if I wasn't good with a specific task, I wanted to just go up and do another task that I knew that I would be better at, just to feel validated. But in the past, year or two, call it my personal struggle because of the political situation I was thrown in, or because of motherhood or aging or whatever, I definitely had epiphanies, and I definitely, thank God, I was able to develop this growth mindset naturally, where now I realize that setbacks don't define me. They don't make me a failure. They actually allow me to improve myself, and I always feel better after achieving something, knowing that I worked hard for it. The Catalyst, my first novel, obviously, that I published this year, despite 2020 being this awful year, it was also this fruitful year for me. And now I'm going to be republishing it with a new team. I'll already know our Galaxy, hopefully at the beginning of 2021, with minor changes, some additions. And it's not because the first edition was bad at all. I was amazed and blessed that everybody who read it, first of all, I sold more than I ever thought I would. People who read it absolutely loved it or related to it, or even if they didn't absolutely love it, they definitely felt parts of it connected with them. I just got such amazing feedback, people who know me and from total strangers just letting me know that they really connected with the story. For me, that is success. You know what I mean? Because of Corona, obviously, we're not in bookstores yet. There is no event like I had planned, I had originally dreamed about, but I definitely made a lemonade out of that lemon. But I'm still working on it. There's still much work to be done. There's still some room for even editing it to become even better, so that we could hopefully become and fit this trilogy that we're planning much better, where we are striving for Catalyst 1, 2, 3. And then the sequel will hopefully come out next year, and then the third one will hopefully come out in the following year after that. So that is just my personal example of how definitely I tried to make the most out of setbacks. I didn't let them define me or my novel or anything as a failure. That's one. Two, in the career path, I always wanted to act and sing and do all that stuff. I went to New York Film Academy. I actually went on auditions for right at the peak of teen pop, when Britney Spears was popular. I actually went on auditions to become a pop star, when they came to New York City, and I actually got called back a few times, and then it didn't happen, and then my parents didn't allow it and all this stuff. What is it that I really want? Do I really want to act? Or did I just want to act to achieve another goal? Was acting going to be or singing going to be my means to achieve another goal? And if so, what was that goal? And I realized through a lot of self-evaluation, my real goal was connecting with people and to hopefully influence people and to make themselves feel better, to make them feel better about themselves, and to share my stories to hopefully have it inspire people. And I realized, okay, I don't need to be an actress to do that. I don't need to be a singer to do that. Yes, of course, I know that, for example, if I were an actress or singer, I would have probably sold millions because I have my name, and people would have just bought my novel perhaps because of my name, not even realizing the content, or maybe not even reading it, just buying it and then just having it pile up on their bookshelf. So yeah, I don't have a celebrity name, and it doesn't even matter, because that would not have necessarily made me connect with people, right? That may have made me richer, made me more famous, but that wouldn't have been what was satisfying, and I didn't enjoy the art of acting as a craft. So what was it? And I just figured out what was going smoother in my life, whereas other jobs that I was applying for wasn't going as smoothly, and I was always teaching. and I was always writing. Whenever there was a little task with translations or proofreading and things like that, I got those jobs really quickly. Teaching, even though I didn't purely study to become a teacher, whenever I applied to teach, I got the job. And even though I don't see myself as the best teacher at all, I definitely have room for improvement, but I accept that room for improvement. And to the point that, oh my goodness, over the past 2 years, I'm an adjunct professor right now, even though I started just teaching ESL. So I think obviously somebody saw something in me where it was working, and I self-studied. I studied the books along with the students. I definitely took feedback from the students, and whenever I was criticized a little bit about something, I listened and I tried to improve it. And then I definitely felt like the following semester that I improved on that thing to the point where I actually got much, much more positive feedback. So growth mindset, allowing setbacks to make you improve yourself. It's more satisfactory to succeed after you know that you've shown effort compared to some natural God-given talent that perhaps a lot of people may feel like some people just have, and they're just successful so naturally and so easily. But maybe it just looks that way too, but perhaps behind the camera they had a lot of hard work that doesn't show in the media, so that it would not be as satisfying and satisfactory. So I would definitely say, don't allow setbacks to define yourself as a failure. Failure is the first step to success ultimately. And two, allow your natural abilities and your natural calling to come gradually for your calling as a job, for your career. Whatever you're meant to do, you're sort of going to eventually do, as long as you enjoy what you're doing. And as long as you ask yourself, if you have like a big dream, is your dream doing the actual thing you're dreaming about, or is there something else? If you want to be a famous singer, for example, in my example, is it because you want to sing songs all the time, or is it because there's something else? And for me, I realized, as much as I love music and singing, that wasn't ultimately what I wanted to do. I ultimately wanted to share stories and connect with people. And that's why I feel like teaching, I definitely feel like I'm connecting with students, hopefully, to increase their self-confidence in language, and to share stories, obviously, with my books and poetry. So that's how I feel like I found my calling. And I definitely hope that you, over time, sort of find your natural inclination, and hopefully it'll allow you as well to feel better about where you're at in life. So peace. Thank you for listening.